I mean, January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. How many things have you heard said about January?
It has even trended on Twitter.
Can you imagine?
On social
the only
media.
people that are doing anything is us, you know, because we're so passionate about it. A lot of other foundations, I think, are doing something about it. But if this was October,
oh, yes.
I mean, if this was October,
pink
would be everywhere.
Yes.
You would be, you know, tweets going on, Instagrams, you know, going on about breast cancer. We need to educate people about cervical cancer as well. By the way, the color of cervical cancer is teal. You know, I was going to wear teal, but I wasn't sure.
Green.
It's bluey green.
Yes.
Yeah, in between bluey green. I mean, if you go to the Exquisite website, you would see that. But it's teal. And we need to let people know that the color of cancer is not just pink.
Yes.
It's teal as well. And this teal one is even 100% preventable.
Yes.
All you need to do is go for your regular screening. It needs to be done and it needs to be said.
And there are vaccines for this, right? The HPV
That's the good news. Yeah, there's a vaccine for it. If you're not sexually active, I would say run to your doctor.
Yes.
And get a vaccine. And now children can even get the vaccine
that's good.
From age 10 upward. You know, as long as, well, God forbid, they won't be sexually active at that age. But from 10-year-old upwards, boys and girls can get the vaccines. Reason being, you know, let me give a little bit of background about the HPV virus. It's predominantly in men.
Okay.
And that's why earlier I've been saying sexually active and things like that. The HPV virus lives in men. You know, 90% of men. And in men, it's harmless.
So it's harmless to the men.
It's harmless to men.
But once you come in contact with the woman.
in contact with the woman, and using a condom doesn't even help with it, because skin-to-skin contact can also transfer the virus. So it's not about, oh, I'll, you know, have safe sex or whatever it is.
So is it present in the semen of the man? Or it's in the glands, the skin glands? Or, so once you have any form of contact with the saliva?
No.
Okay.
It's not quite like that. It's more to do with sexually,
okay.
You know, so it's not like, you know, touching.
Okay. Okay.
That is so funny. No.
Okay.
I mean, that's what you could tell your children to warn them away from.
Yeah, so they don't do anything with boys.
But no, it's not like that. It's, you know, it's sexually exchanged. So that's why we say, you know, if you're not sexually active, you're good. All you need to do is get the vaccine and you would never, ever have to worry about cervical cancer. And if children, both boys and girls, get the vaccine, that's one less virus to worry about. I mean, we've got all sorts of different things, from different cancers that, you know, all over the body to, you know, slight headaches or this or that or diabetes or There's so many things. So many, you know, the body
all you need to do is go online and you see so many new diseases.
Exactly. Lassa, like you, Lassa, I thought I said last month for a minute. Lassa, like you guys were talking about.
Yes.
So, you know, at least let's have one less thing to worry about. So get children vaccinated as well.
Do you have any friends or do you know people who have survived cervical cancer?
Survived? I'm saying I think because I haven't heard news recently, but I do know that she had precancerous cells that eventually was actually not precancerous cells, but was actually cancer cells. Yeah, so she's being treated. I haven't spoken to her in a few months, so I don't know how the process is, but I know people who are living with it, so to speak. And you know, I know someone. So you can
live with this for how long before
it's not a very long, you know, I'm not God, so I can't say that she's gonna, you know, God forbid anything happens. But then again, you know, cancer is cancer.
Yes.
You have to manage it to a certain point, and then, you know, it takes over and that's it. Do you understand what I mean?
So that's why it's so important that people screen themselves. Once you're sexually active, you screen yourself either once a year or once
3 times
in 3 years. And this is under
years.
10,000 naira. So there's really no excuse. But
really
what else can people do to get, I mean, you said it's teal, it's this month, we need to go on social media, talk about it. But what can the men do? I mean, they are the ones who have, they're the ones who bring in the virus.
The men can help the women by just encouraging them to go and get screened. I mean, I've heard cases of breast cancers being seen by the partners of women, you know, because the women are not breast aware. So, you know, just push us to go out there and, you know, just like, have you had your cervix checked? You know, have you done this? Have you done that? Just encourage women to go out there.
And when you have children from the age of 10,
get them vaccinated. For the vaccine, it's in 3 doses that has to be taken over a 6-month period. So just get it started. At least they don't have to worry about cervical cancer. They don't have to worry about precancer. So although it might be just to be double sure, just to, you know, continue your screening and things like that. And the funniest thing is women who are also sexually active can take the vaccine
Okay.
Yeah, but what it just is that because they've been sexually active before, they still need to just continue regular screening, just for the sake of it, just to make sure everything is fine. Just, you know.
So it's not late for anybody now?
It's not late for anybody.
10 years and above, you can take it.
10 years and above, sexually active, not sexually active, you can go ahead, women. And boys can take it as well.
Yes.
So...
but not the men, but the boys can take it.
The boys can take it. So what we're doing this week, that we've tagged the, Cervical Cancer Prevention Week, happening in the whole month of January, which is the Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, is just getting the awareness going. So all through this week, you would be seeing flyers, going around, giving information about cervical cancer, giving information about the symptoms, how to prevent it, giving information about the vaccines as well. So we're going to be going to a few churches, but once we can get to churches, spas, salons, where we find women, we're going to be going to the market and schools.
Yes.
We have a few schools that we've lined up that we're speaking to. We're speaking to the young ladies and the young men and their parents as well, to encourage their children to get vaccinated. We're going to be going to the streets, to the market. Speak to the market women. Let them know what this is. Don't say that, oh, it's somebody's mother's auntie.
Someone in the village is pressing remote.
That's doing something. Just go out there and just get yourself checked. If it's, it's sad that it's 100% preventable. It has a precancerous, let me just say this. Precancerous means before cancer.
Yes.
It has a precancerous stage. That means women should not be dying every hour of cervical cancer in Nigeria.
So right now, 24 women die every day because it's one woman per hour in Nigeria.
But it's unbelievable.
Are all the hospitals equipped to be able to test? Like every community clinic, every hospital?
I'm not sure.
Health center.
Health centers, I'm not sure. That is why,
what is the government doing about it?
We're not the only ones in this fight. I hear of other foundations that are trying to get cancer, actual cancer centers open.
Okay.
So this is just, so it would be like a center that is just open for cancer screenings and things like that. So they're trying to build things, and mobile clinics as well. But, everything requires the participation, at least to an extent, of the government. Because how are people, individuals like me can't raise whatever amount we need to build, a cancer unit. So it needs to be in collaboration with the government, and the government does need to help foundation like ours or other, or just build a center. So at least we're not losing our mothers, we're not losing our sisters, our friends, we're not losing our women to something that's largely preventable.
Okay. Okay, so if you're going to remember anything, is get screened as a woman. And if you have children that are 10 years and above,
get them vaccinated.
Yeah. And remember, the color is teal.
It's teal.
And we're going to continue fighting so that the awareness is just as much as the pink.
As the pink. Yes. Yeah, pink awareness. So it's, it's all about teal. We have different things that we're coming up with, just this week. And even on, for World Cancer Day on the 4th of February, just to remind people that this is real and this has to be done.
Okay. Thank you so much. So
thank you.
It's very important. You have to get screened. You have to get screened. And men out there, make sure the women in your lives, mothers, sisters, so far as they're sexually active, they get screened. Thank you very much, Tara, for joining us on Rubbin Minds. And we do hope that everybody out there finds out about cervical cancer. When we come back, we will be chatting with Sexy Steel. Stay with us.